Hello makers and welcome back to the channel. Before we go any further into the tutorial, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Today's tutorial is this waffle stitch blanket. There is a free written pattern available, which is available in all sizes, so be sure to check that out. Link in the description box below, together with the materials and a very cheap paid pattern. So let's get right into the tutorial. And so to get started on our blanket, you're going to need your 5mm hook and your yarn. I'm using 2 strands of yarn. That's making a worsted weight yarn. And then we're going to make a slip knot. Just like that. So to achieve the waffle look, we're going to be working in multiples of 3 plus 4. So you can chain however long you want your blanket to be, as long as it's in multiples of 3 plus 4. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be making a washcloth size. So I'm going to do a chain of 24 plus 4, which is going to be 28. And that's 28. That's what your chain should be looking like. So to get started on the foundation row, we are going to go in with a double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So into this chain right here, we're going to be placing a double crochet. Just like that. And we're going to work a double crochet all the way across. So pause the video and finish your row with your double crochets. So the end of your row, this is what your first foundation row should be looking like. To begin on row 2, we are going to do a chain up of 1 and we'll turn our work. So right into the first stitch right there, we're going to go in with a double crochet, a normal double crochet, just like that. And now this is where we're going to start making our waffle pattern. So we're going to yarn over and go into the front post, double crochet right here, just like that. And then we're going to make 2 normal double crochets, so right into the top and right into the top of that. And then we're going to go in again with another treble front post double crochet, just like that, and then 2 normal double crochets. So I'm going to work this with you a bit longer until you get the hang of it. And you want to make sure you're keeping the perfect count, because you cannot miss a stitch. I mean, I did that. I remember I did that before. And it's annoying because you have to go back. Otherwise, you're going to lose your pattern, your waffle stitch pattern. And you don't want to do that. So, I'm sure by now you've gotten the gist of it. Go on and finish the row, and I'll meet you when I'm doing the very, very last stitch. But so far, this is what it's looking like. So you go on and finish the row by yourself, and I'll meet you at the end. So I have reached the end of my row, and I've got 1 more front post double crochet to make. So the very first and last stitch will always be a normal double crochet. If you hold your work up like this, you're going to see that V right there. So we made our very first double crochet. So the very first and last will always be a normal double crochet. So you chain up one and turn. Pay attention to this part. This is what's going to differentiate our rows, because from here on will be a repetition of the second row and the third row going onwards. So to get that waffle stitch, this is what we do. I just chained one, and the very first, as usual, there will be normal double crochets. Now the second one, which was our front post double crochet on that side, since it's leaning forward, we're also gonna put in a normal double crochet. So that's what was the front post on the other side. Now these two were the normal double crochets. If I turn them around, you're gonna see that these are the normal double crochets. So what we want them to do is to push backwards, because if we can see, this is our front post and it's pushing forward. Now for this to push backwards so that it looks this little square that it is, we need to actually pull it back, which is what we're about to do right now. So to pull it back, what we're going to do is make those two front post or back post, I guess, or front post, since we're working on this side, double crochets. So we have pulled them back, and then this one, which is the front post on this side, we still want it to remain like this, so we're just going to work on top of it just like this. In these two, we're going to pull them back by working front post double crochets. And this one, which was a front post, will just become a normal double crochet. And that's all you will do for the rest of the row. Once you get the hang of it, I'm telling you, you can do this in your sleep. But of course, you want to make sure that it's perfect, no mistakes, so that your waffle stitch can look beautiful. It's almost appetizing. And we're almost at the end of the row. And to finish off, the last two will be normal double crochets, just like that. We'll do a chain up one and we'll turn. So if you look, row one, we are already starting to form our front post, our waffle stitches. So let's get started on row three together. Into the first stitch, a normal double crochet, just like that. Now this, as usual, is a front post, just like that. Now these two will become our normal double crochets, and then front post followed by two normal double crochets. Front post followed by two normal double crochets, just like that. Front post double crochet and two normal double crochets, and just like that, your blanket or washcloth or whatever you make, baby blanket, is coming to life. Can you see that your waffle stitch is starting to form? So go on, I'm just going to finish this row so that I can now show you how you can work the border. That's if you want your work to have a border. I mean, I just worked one row of double crochet for mine because I almost wasn't going to give it a border, but I did. So I just went around with one row of normal double crochets. So you go on and finish this row, and then I will show you how we can make a border, since this is just an example for the sake of the tutorial. So you go on and finish. You'll continue repeating these rows just as we did. If you get confused somewhere, you might just want to go back, rewind, and see where you went wrong. And I'll meet you once you have completed your blanket or your washcloth. So I'm assuming now that you've finished your blanket. So what we want to do now is go over the top of our work with our single crochets. However, you can do the top row as it would normally be. So since this is the wrong side of our work, you can go in with how we've been working the wrong side of our work. After you reach the corner, this side, then you can, I'll meet you there. So you finish off this row until you get to this corner, then I'll meet you there. So there we go, I just completed that row. Reaching this far, you're just going to do a chain up of one, and now we're going to be working on this side now of the work. So we're going to be alternating since each side is a double crochet row, we're going to be alternating from 2 single crochets to 1, and then 2 single crochets to 1. So into the first double crochet row, we're going to go in with 2 single crochets, and then 1 single crochet. Then into the next, we're going in with 2 single crochets, and then 1 single crochet. And then, which is the last part for me, 2 single crochets. Then I'll do a chain of 1 and 10 to work on this side now, the wrong side. And I'm just gonna go on top of the stitches. If you look closely, you're gonna see that these are stitches on top of the double crochets. They're the upside down double crochets. And I will go in with my single crochets, just like that. So you go in all the way, and the other side as well, and then I will meet you so that I can show you how you can actually get started on the row. So now you should have ended at the top of your work, just like this. And I've already done my chain of 1, and what we're gonna do is just go in placing normal double crochets. Let me just pull my working yarn so it's out of the way. Just on top of those stitches, placing normal double crochets. Come on, there we go. Just like that. Nothing fancy, just on top of our stitches, placing our double crochets. Oops. We're nearly done with the row. I'm just gonna finish this off with you. So since it's just one row of double crochets or double crochet, then we're not going to do a lot or too much at the corners. I'm just going to show you what I did. You can leave it as it is without a border, but I believe it looks so much neater with a border. Or if you have another way of doing a border, that's also up to you. You can go crazy and do what you will. So after reaching the corner, I was just doing a chain up of 1, and off I was going into the other single crochet from the other side. just like that. And you're gonna work all the way to the end of your row. If a single crochet is not for you, if you have a tighter hold to your work, then you can just do a chain of 2, just like right here, and continue to the next single crochet. Just like that. So you're gonna continue doing that, going all around your blanket or washcloth until you have reached the very top, of which you're just gonna slip stitch into the first double crochet you made and cut, and then you're gonna weave in your ends. And look at that, your blanket should be all finished. Oh, that's the wrong side. Oops. Your blanket should be finished and complete just like that. So I hope this was very easy to follow, and be sure to join our Facebook group and show us, post what color you made yours in, because I know for sure I want to see the beautiful work, the beautiful colors that you made yours in. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you want the wooden pattern, you can purchase it on Etsy. Support this little business of mine. It does help keep the lights on. Until next time, guys, happy crocheting.